We've talked about ghosts in the desert, but sometimes the most remarkable stories don't come from sightings of mysterious camels at all. They come from the people who walked beside them. And nowhere does that story burn brighter than in the tale of one man, Hi Jolly, the most famous camel driver in American history. We're still in the Arizona desert, a place where heat seems to swallow sound, and where stories stretch across the land like distant mirages. And for over a century, travelers, miners, ranchers, and wanderers crossing this harsh landscape have told stories not just of wild camels, but of the man who brought them here. His real name was Haji Ali, though the army and just about everyone else found that too hard to pronounce. So Haji Ali became Hi Jolly. And with that new name came a new life on the far edge of the American frontier. Hi Jolly arrived in the United States in the 1850s when the Army launched its unusual, and short-lived, experiment to use camels as military pack animals in the American Southwest. He wasn't just some hired hand. He was the lead camel driver, trained in Syria and the Ottoman Empire, a master of desert travel who understood the animals better than anyone else on the continent. When the camel caravan moved across Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona, it was Hi Jolly at the front, singing to them, calming them, keeping them in line as they packed heavy military loads across landscapes where even mules struggled. Soldiers joked, complained, and sometimes cursed the stubborn beasts. But they respected Hi Jolly. When the Camel Corps project was abandoned, largely thanks to war, politics, and the mule lobby, the camels were sold off, scattered, or simply turned loose into the desert. But Hi Jolly stayed. He made the American Southwest his home. He prospected for gold. He scouted for the army. He hauled freight, guided travelers, and became a familiar face around mining camps and frontier settlements. By the time he settled in Quartzsite, people knew him as a kind of desert legend, a man who had outlived the very experiment that brought him here. Hi Jolly died in 1902, but the people of Quartzsite weren't about to let the old camel driver vanish into the sand. They built a monument, a stone pyramid topped with a metal camel, still standing today like a desert lighthouse for anyone passing through town. Inside the vault rest keepsakes from Hi Jolly's life, and even the ashes of Topsy, the last surviving camel of the U.S. Camel Corps. It's fitting, really. The last camel, and the man who understood them best, reunited in a place where the desert keeps its stories alive. And whether or not any camels still wander the Arizona wilderness, the story of Hi Jolly will always walk beside them, a reminder that sometimes the strangest experiments leave behind the most unforgettable legends.